General Hospital Spoilers reveal that Frank Valentini has confirmed that Chad Duell will not be returning to GH, a decision made official after weeks of speculation and hope from fans. In a recent interview with Soap Opera Digest, the executive producer officially closed the chapter on Chad Duell's portrayal of Michael Corinthos, a character he has played for over a decade and for which he has won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards. Valentini expressed deep gratitude for Duell's contributions to the show, emphasizing that this was a difficult but necessary decision to take Michael's story in a new direction. Duell's departure marks not only the end of an era but also the beginning of a promising new chapter for the character of Michael Corinthos. One of the emerging trends in the creative team's approach is how they are seeking a completely different direction for the character of Michael. Valentini revealed that they are not simply looking for a new actor but intend to completely redefine the essence of Michael Corinthos, from his interactions with the Corinthos Quartermain family bears to how he runs his business operations and handles his personal relationships. This is not just a typical recast but a purposeful effort to refresh a character that has become too familiar and somewhat predictable. This new take involves developing a more multidimensional, complex, and perhaps even darker version of Michael, a man not only torn between the Quartermain and Corinthos legacies but actively struggling with both parts of himself to create an entirely new identity. In the interview, Valentini also hinted that recasting Michael might come with a major shock for the character, perhaps a physical or mental trauma that will justify significant changes in his appearance and personality. This would make it easier for the audience to accept a new Michael, while also giving the writers an opportunity to explore fresh themes and situations they never could with the previous version of the character. This shift is becoming one of the new obsessions in the GH creative team, changing and refreshing long-standing characters. Valentini and his team seem to be fixated on the idea that to retain loyal viewers and attract new ones, they must continuously refresh and reinvent even the most beloved characters. This obsession reflects a broader trend in the daytime television industry, where shows are struggling to maintain relevance in the age of streaming platforms and changing viewer habits. Recasting Michael, a central character, is a bold and risky move, but Valentini believes it is the only way to continue evolving the character's storyline convincingly. Valentini also revealed that the casting process for the new Michael is incredibly rigorous, with dozens of candidates having been considered. He emphasized that they are not only looking for an actor with excellent acting ability but one who also has a unique screen presence, the ability to have chemistry with the current cast, and most importantly, can bring a fresh perspective to the character without losing the core traits that made Michael beloved to fans. This is a difficult task, but Valentini is confident they will find the right person in the near future. The recasting of Michael is creating an exciting new dynamic in how other characters in Port Charles will respond to and interact with a new Michael. Willow, Michael's wife, will have to face a man who may look the same but has an entirely different energy and approach. She will have to figure out how to rebuild her relationship with this new husband, which could lead to some interesting discoveries about their bond. Carly, Michael's mother, will have to adjust how she communicates with her son, perhaps facing a version of Michael who is less reliant on her guidance and might even challenge her authority and influence in the family. And Sonny, the complicated father with a strained relationship with Michael, will have to find a way to navigate this relationship with a new Michael, one who might be ready to confront him head-on or, on the other hand, seek reconciliation and understanding. These adjustments will not only challenge the characters but also the actors, who have been used to performing alongside Chad Duell for years and now have to establish new chemistry with a new acting partner. Laura Wright recently shared in an interview that she feels like she is starting from scratch with such an important part of her character's life. Maurice Bernard also mentioned that while he will miss working with Duell, he is excited to explore the new dynamics that a new actor might bring to his complicated father-son relationship with Michael. Caitlin McMullen may face the biggest challenge, as she will have to recreate romantic chemistry with a completely new actor. Valentini has acknowledged that this process will come with challenges, but he believes it will also present opportunities for new dynamics and exciting story directions that might not have been possible with the previous version of Michael. He suggested that the new Michael may explore darker aspects of the Corinthos family, potentially becoming more involved in the family's business activities. or even developing a competitive dynamic with Drew Kane for a position at ELQ. These possibilities are generating excitement in the writers' room, where the team is eager to explore new territory with one of the show's central characters. While the new Michael has not yet been revealed, Valentini has promised that when the character returns to screen, it will be a memorable moment that GH fans won't want to miss. He encouraged fans to keep an open mind and be ready to embrace a new chapter in Michael Corinthos' life, one that will honor the past while boldly stepping into the future. Robert Adamson will continue as Michael, a decision that went against previous rumors and statements from both the production team and Adamson himself. In a surprising twist, Frank Valentini announced that after carefully considering and auditioning several potential candidates, they had decided to cast Adamson, who had temporarily played Michael 3 times before. This decision came after Adamson's final audition, in which he delivered an outstanding performance that convinced the production team that he was the best fit for the complex role long-term. This marks a significant shift from Adamson's previous position, as he had publicly expressed his disappointment on social media for not being invited to officially audition. It seems that the public's reaction to that post, coupled with his impressive performances in his previous temporary roles, led the producers to reconsider their decision and ultimately cast him in the role. The new explosive storyline surrounding the character is being driven by Adamson's obsession with living up to the expectations set by Duell's longtime portrayal of Michael. Despite being cast, insiders reveal that Adamson is under tremendous pressure not just to replace Chad Duell but to completely redefine the character of Michael Corinthos. Adamson is said to be undergoing intense training with an acting coach, altering his appearance, and even working with psychologists to better understand the psyche of a man torn between two powerful families like the Corinthos and Quartermaines. Adamson's obsession with pleasing both Duell's longtime fans and meeting the production team's expectations is causing him to dedicate much of his waking hours to studying and developing his version of Michael. This obsession is not only reflected in his long rehearsal sessions but also in his voluntary meetings with the show's long-term staff to learn more about Michael's history and dynamics. He has spent hours talking with Valentini, the head writers, and even some longtime cast members like Maurice Bernard and Laura Wright to gain a deeper understanding of Michael's relationships with these central characters. An insider close to Adamson revealed that he frequently watches old episodes featuring Duell, not to mimic him but to understand the pivotal moments in Michael's life and how those experiences shaped the character. Adamson has also been working with body language experts to develop a unique movement and gesture style for the new Michael, a style that will reflect both the character's past and the changes he's undergone while in Germany. He's also training with a voice coach to develop a distinctive tone for Michael's voice, one that will subtly reflect both Sonny and the Quartermaine side of his family. These small details may not be immediately noticeable to casual viewers, but they will help create a more multidimensional and believable character for the show's longtime fans. This is truly adding to one of the new shocks as Michael returns to the screen. According to reliable sources, Michael will return to Port Charles after an extended period of recovery in Germany with a completely different look and personality. The script has been written to explain this change. Michael has undergone a severe trauma and multiple surgeries, which have not only changed his physical appearance but also his psychological state. He will return with a fresh perspective on life, family, and particularly his relationship with Sonny, the father with whom he has had a complicated relationship for many years. This shock will not only affect viewers but also other characters, who will have to adjust to this new version of Michael. The writers are planning a shocking moment when Michael reappears, with a long single-shot scene as he enters the Quartermaine mansion for a family meeting. The reactions of the other characters, their surprise, even shock at Michael's transformation, will mirror and anticipate the audience's reactions, creating an iconic moment in the show's history. This shock will not only come from Michael's physical transformation but also from his new attitude and behavior, perhaps colder, more calculating, and less predictable than his previous version. This is shaking up the GH storyline in ways that even the writers did not foresee. With Adamson's new version of Michael, previously planned storylines are being rewritten and adjusted. Michael's relationship with Willow is being reconsidered in a new light. Will Willow still be able to love a man who has changed so much? The writers are developing a storyline where Willow will struggle between her love for the old Michael and her confusion, even fear, of the new Michael. This will create a new and exciting dynamic for the couple as they have to rediscover and redefine their relationship after months of separation. Michael's relationship with Carly is also being redefined. Will the new Michael still be the loyal son who always supported his mother, or will he become more complex, questioning her flaws and mistakes? Sources say that the new Michael will have a more complicated attitude toward his mother, still loving her but more likely to see her imperfections. This could lead to tense confrontations between them, especially when it comes to business and family decisions. Carly, who is used to having Michael as an unshakable ally, will now have to face a son who is willing to challenge and sometimes even oppose her. And perhaps most notably, Michael's relationship with Sonny. Will the new Michael seek reconciliation with his father or continue their path of confrontation? This could be the biggest change for Michael's character. After experiencing painful and life-altering events in Germany, Michael might return with a new perspective on his relationship with Sonny. Instead of continuing the animosity, he may seek a deeper understanding and even reconciliation with the father with whom he has had such a complicated relationship for many years. This does not mean he will overlook Sonny's past mistakes, but he may approach them with a new maturity and understanding. Additionally, Michael's return with a new look is also creating new possibilities for business storylines. As a quartermain and a potential heir to ELQ, Michael might become more involved in the ongoing power struggle between Port Charles's business families, especially with Drew and Ezra becoming more prominent. Michael could become a key adversary or even an unexpected ally in this battle. The new Michael, with his fresh perspective on business and power, might challenge both Drew and Ezra, creating a dramatic three-way battle for control of not just ELQ but Port Charles's entire economy. Another developing aspect of the storyline is Michael's relationships with his siblings, especially with Jocelyn and Morgan, who are rumored to return to the show. The new Michael may take on a stronger leadership role within the family, becoming the older brother his siblings can turn to for guidance and support. This could create new and interesting dynamics between the Corinthos siblings as they adjust to this new version of the older brother they've known their whole lives. The producers and writers of GH are placing a lot of faith in Robert Adamson and his new version of Michael. They believe that while this change may initially shock fans, it will ultimately breathe new life into the show and create exciting opportunities for fresh and compelling storylines. And with Adamson's talent and dedication, they are confident that Michael Corinthos will continue to be one of the central and most beloved characters on General Hospital for many years to come. Valentini and his team are working closely with Adamson to ensure that this transition goes as smoothly as possible, with the ultimate goal of creating a version of Michael that both new and old fans can connect with and invest in emotionally. As the debut of the new Michael approaches, both the production team and Adamson are filled with anticipation and excitement. This is not just a typical recast but an opportunity to redefine one of the show's most iconic characters. With all the preparation and investment that has been put in, all those involved are confident that the new Michael Corinthos will not only honor the character's past but also open up exciting new possibilities for his future in Port Charles. A shocking piece of news has emerged revealing that the tense relationship between Chad Duell and Frank Valentini has been confirmed through reliable backstage sources at General Hospital. The simmering tensions between the Emmy-winning actor and the powerful executive producer had been quietly developing for years before finally reaching a breaking point, leading to Duell's departure from his role as Michael Corinthos, a character he portrayed for over a decade. According to insiders, this discord did not stem from a specific event but was the result of years of disagreements over character development, work schedules, and artistic approaches. Duell, with his deep passion for the character of Michael, frequently proposed new ideas and directions for his role, while Valentini, known for his decisive leadership style and clear vision for the show, often had different ideas. This is proving to be one of the new shocks in the daytime television industry, where the departure of a major actor is typically explained by reasons such as pursuing other opportunities or a personal decision. The reality of the tense relationship between Duell and Valentini has broken through the glamorous curtain often maintained in public. revealing the pressures and conflicts that truly unfolded behind the scenes of one of the longest-running shows in American television history. Many other actors and crew members have begun to speak about their similar experiences, painting a broader picture of the sometimes tense working environment at General Hospital. Some former actors have shared similar stories of artistic disagreements with Valentini, while others have praised his ability to keep the show evolving at a time when many other soap operas are struggling to survive. This has sparked a growing obsession among fans, an obsession with uncovering the truth behind cast changes and production decisions. In the age of social media and instant information, fans are no longer satisfied with carefully prepared press statements, instead actively seeking and sharing information from internal sources, interviews with former cast members, and even social media posts that might reveal clues about what's really going on behind the scenes. This obsession has led to the formation of fan groups loyal to specific actors or producers, with some firmly supporting Duell and criticizing Valentini, while others defend the producer's decision and welcome the new direction for Michael's character. Industry experts suggest that this exposure could have lasting effects on how soap operas manage their relationships with actors and the media in the future. In an industry facing increasing competition from streaming platforms and changing viewer habits, maintaining a stable and harmonious image behind the scenes has become more crucial than ever. However, increased transparency could also bring benefits, allowing fans to feel more connected to the creative process and gain a better understanding of the challenges shows like General Hospital face on a daily basis. As Robert Adamson prepares to take on the role of Michael Corinthos, he will not only inherit a complex character with a rich history but also step into a working environment with its own unique dynamics and expectations. How Adamson navigates his relationship with Valentini and the production team, as well as his approach to revitalizing Michael's character, will be closely watched. Not only by fans but also by industry insiders, all wondering whether history will repeat itself or whether a truly new chapter will begin for both Michael Corinthos and General Hospital.